Oh, excuse me. What's up, everybody? I figured I'd go live just for a second, see what's going on with everybody, and yeah, kind of waiting for my kids to get out of school. So, anyways, yeah, if you guys caught the video on my main channel, just basically talking about the Tensor G6, which is the upcoming processor that's going to be in the Pixel 11. And already, people are just already passing judgment on this thing. Like, you don't have it in hand and you're passing judgment on it. That's my point of view. That's where I'm coming from when it comes to this. So when you guys are watching my videos, the road to Pixel 11, just understand that, I'm not about that. I'm not about that. Judge it before you even hold it, or judge it before it's even out. So yeah. That's been a thing, a primary focus, both here on the Pixel Sideload and then on the main channel that I've just literally been talking about lately. And of course, I'm going to keep my eye on the progress of the Tensor G6, because this processor chip is coming with a new security coprocessor. It is coming with the Titan M3 coprocessor, so that's one. They're switching up. You're a dumbass. This is a school zone. But yeah, they're switching that up to a Titan M3 security coprocessor. They're bringing in a MediaTek modem instead of the the Exynos modem, which the Exynos wasn't too bad. The Exynos 5400 modem wasn't that bad. The 5300, which is what's in my Pixel 7. I mean, that has, it has its ups and downs. Right now I'm using T-Mobile on the Pixel 7, and I'm live streaming from the Pixel 7. And, if the connection's good, that's great. But if the connection's not that good, or if the audio is off, off sync or whatever, then man, that'll totally suck. UAI. Really? Bro, do you even know what AI is? There's no way. If I was AI, all my imperfections would be corrected, man. That's so funny. Thanks for the laugh, though. I appreciate it. But anyways, yeah. So we're getting some really cool switch ups with the Tensor G6, and they're stating it's going to be 30 to 40%, faster than the Tensor G5, but that remains to be seen. A lot of these things are just speculation. The processor chip is not even out yet. So of course we know that if you're comparing benchmarks and stuff like that, of course it's not going to pull the same numbers as Qualcomm chips do. That's a given. But yeah. No. I am not good looking at all whatsoever. I don't know what you're saying or what you're seeing. Maybe you have AI image processing on your end. No. I was an old guy. And just waiting for my kids to get out of school. We got hey, how's it going? We got the rest of this week where we go on, we travel on spring break. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm kind of excited for that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Anybody here that's actually interested in the Tensor G6 and the Pixel 11? Because if you were to ask me to just guess specifications of the Pixel 11 and everything, I think it's going to be a repeat of the Pixel 10. So repeat on the camera sensors. I feel like the Pixel 11 base model is going to have a 3-sensor setup, so we'll have a telephoto, a wide angle, and then an ultra wide. So I feel like that will still be it'd be so stupid for Google to just do that. I mean, well, not really though, because they can say that they did a 3-camera setup on the base model just as a happy 10th anniversary type thing, right? Because Pixel 10 years of Pixel. But I would think, honestly, that they would continue with the 3 sensors on the base model. What I think is going to happen that people may be upset with, and I could be wrong, is I don't think they're going to move up to 256 gigs as the base storage. I don't see them doing it. And it's not that I don't want them to do it. It's just that, you know, this is Google. This is Google, for Christ's sakes. Google, you know, tends to be like 1 or 2 years behind the competition on things. You know, that's just me being real and honest with everybody. You know, I like Google Pixels, of course, I do. I like using the phones. I think that they're the best phones for me. People have their preferences, like Samsung Galaxies and iPhones, but me, I'm a Pixel guy. But I'm not oblivious that, you know, Google has a problem where they tend to be 1 or 2 years behind the competition. And so I would say the Pixel 12 might be the one that brings 256 as the base storage. I don't see it coming with the Pixel 11. Just because, you know, this year's it's just been about, you know, being repetitive, right? Pixel 10a, pretty much identical specifications to the Pixel 9a, with just some very small, very slight changes. But nothing spectacular, nothing on a grand scale. And I feel like that, you know, the same thing's going to happen with the Pixel 11. Like, you know, it's going to have the Tensor G6 processor. The modem's going to be different with the MediaTek modem instead of a Exynos modem. So hopefully, you know, we're going to get better connectivity. You know, I mean, people want Pixels to go back to Qualcomm Snapdragon chips. I would be cool with that. Not for the processor. Keep the Tensor processor, but go with Qualcomm for the modem. You know, get the Snapdragon, the next one that's coming up is the Snapdragon X105 or X101. You know, Qualcomm modems are like superior. They really are. You get some great speed. This is why Samsung Galaxy devices do so good with connectivity. Is, of course, you know, they use the Snapdragon X modems. And then, you know, on the flip side of it, which, you know, it wouldn't make sense because Apple would not let Google use the C1X modem. that would be like giving their A Bionic chip to Google. So I don't see that being something that's going to be possible. So hopefully the MediaTek modem does good. Hopefully. I'm praying for it because Pixels they've been okay for the most part. They've been okay for the most part when it comes down to like connecting to 5G and stuff like that. But compared to like a Samsung Galaxy, no. Their connectivity is not as strong. Brain rot? What brain rot? I didn't know talking about mobile tech was brain rot. You can clarify what you mean by that. But yeah, no, we'll see. We'll see what happens with this MediaTek processor. Like I said, all things with the Pixel 11 really points to the fact that we just have to have the phone in hand before we can really say, you know, what it is. Until then, everything is just speculation. All the rumors that's being tossed about and everything like that, that's just what it is. It's just rumors, right? Nothing's for sure until it becomes a reality, and it is for sure. So that's that on it. So I'll continue, you know, my road to a Pixel 11. I'll continue doing that. So I'll be dropping some more videos. Anytime that there's like any, you know, news mentioned about it, whether it's leaks, rumors, or whatnot, I will share that with you guys. And then, yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. But other than that, I mean, yeah. I was waiting for my kiddo to get out. This week is Spirit Week, the week before spring break. So today he had to go dress up as a nerd. Very easy. I'm one, so wasn't hard to give him pointers on how to dress or whatever. But he ended up borrowing one of my button-up shirts, tucked it in, and you know, I was telling him, like, if we had like masking tape, I could have taped like the center of his glasses. I mean, that's what I would have done with my glasses, you know. And yes, these are real prescription glasses, so it would have worked out. But anyways, yeah. See, like a lot of kids dressed up in like flannel shirts for Nerd Day, which is like the coolest day ever. So it should be easy for me to spot him because I know what shirt he's wearing. Kids are lining up at the gate getting ready to be released. You said hi. Hello. Don't be pushy about it. I guess that's one of the hard things about live streaming is you don't know when people are being genuine or when people are just out to just be silly with you. I don't know. But I'm also keeping an eye out for my kid to make sure that, you know, he leaves the school and comes towards me safely. Well, that's a bit more important. Because the live stream is going to end here anyways. Once I see him lining up at the gate, and I'm going to end the live stream. So, I mean, that's that. If you got questions about the Pixels, drop your questions. I don't mind answering it.
Where are you going? I'm going to my house.
Anyhow. Alright, I see him. Alright, I'm going to end the live stream now. Thanks for hanging out. Whether you guys are being genuine or you guys are just trolling, I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. So, yeah. You guys have a blessed day.